Hello dear listener, it is time for the VR Shiz show once again. Time for your favorite funny mens. Enjoy what you got right here, right now with your favorite podcast hosts named Richard and Vince.
Alright, welcome one and all. It has been a while, but it is time for the VR Shiz show once again.
Return of the Kings. I'm very excited. It's going to be really funny when we get all of this sorted out.
Yeah. See, and I was telling you that my favorite thing is that I'm going to be uploading regularly, but I had 3 episodes on the back burner. So this one's just going to pop into existence, and everyone's going to be like, why were they gone for 3 months?
Do you know that, because you upload these on Friday, and Friday is usually one of my burn days for work where it's like, my brain stops working.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll literally just listen to the podcast while I'm working because it helps me focus. Which is hilarious because I'm like, oh, this is why people like it. Okay, because I didn't start listening until after we started doing them.
Yeah,
which I think is hilarious. But yeah, man, it's good to be back. I got the cough for like a month and a half.
You were dying for a long time.
Yeah,
because you got it, and then you and Quiz got it at the same time.
Yes, I think my family gave it to him.
Quiz was fine for after 2-3 weeks. You were dying for like a month and like a week or maybe 2.
Yeah, it was like a month and a half, and then you were busy and I was busy, so we couldn't do anything even after I recovered for like 2 weeks. And then finally, I think we're both in that place where we're like, oh, okay, no,
we can get back to the swing of things.
Yeah, I miss this. Honestly, I miss this a lot.
It has been a hole in my heart.
Yes, same.
Where the heart would go, that's what I fill with this.
It's just a black hole filled with this time.
Yeah.
So the best part about this is we're still keeping in character because even after 2 months of not coming together and having all the opportunity in the world to come up with topics and things to talk about,
we looked at the topic list and said, oh, that's very short, and we did these.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we have already done them.
We figured this would just be an easy catch-up episode.
Yeah. But, I mean...
Not going to be talking about the condiment, though. Ha! That's payback for all of your garbage.
So we can start with media consumed.
We'll move swiftly
past. Okay, so the best part about that is we have 2.5 months of things that we can talk about for media consumed.
Yes.
I have a feeling I know what you might talk about.
I think I know what we're both going to be talking about.
Well, I'm going to talk about...
We should just stop talking about it.
Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I think I'll dive in first.
Right, let's go.
So I went over the 3 months and just played nonstop Hades and Red Dead Online.
Yes.
Because Red Dead Online had a pass and I wanted cool clothes and a red husky. Very important.
It is.
And after that, then, or intermixed with that was a lot of Hades.
Yes.
Because I played it more and more, and I'm like, oh, this game's real good. This game's really good. Oh, okay, I'm going to just keep playing this for the next 70 hours, and I'm still going to keep playing it because I have to finish the epilogue now.
Yeah.
Man, that game is phenomenal. It is incredible. But that was just filling the void of 3 months. Recently, I have actually started playing Cyberpunk.
Oh, because you finally got your graphics card?
Oh, yeah, that was a whole ordeal. We'll have a long media consumed as I explained the ordeal of the graphics card problem. So, I had been trying to find a 3080 since they released in September. Because I wanted to upgrade my PC, because I figure, you know what, that's a pretty good upgrade. I can sell my GPU for a little bit cash and be fine. And then I realized, oh, this market's not getting any better. In fact, it's getting worse.
Yep.
And the point in which I really realized that when I wanted to get a graphics card for my living room PC, which is finally complete and fantastic and wonderful, by the time I realized that I was willing to pay at least a little bit over premium to pay scalpers, that's when prices went nuclear.
I remember you telling us. You kept us up to date pretty often.
Because I was just venting because the market's garbage and it's still garbage right now. I was looking at prices saying, $700 when I was originally looking, 700, ooh, that's a little steep. I mean, for a 3070, that's $200 over. I was willing to go for, maybe towards 650, 680, and then the market decided, no, this card's going to keep going up in price and be worth $1,200. And I said, oh no, this is bad. And so every card on the market became stupidly overpriced. Luckily, I managed to find out that Razer, the wonderful company I buy pretty much all of my gaming peripherals from because I love them, even though they're a bit overpriced. They had an Intel NUC machine, which is basically just a mini PC for all intents and purposes. But theirs is Razerified, which means it has nice LEDs to make it all colorful, and it is feature-rich with a lot of different things, and it supported full-size graphics cards. You could buy a bundle with a 3080. Eventually, I decided, you know what, I'll do that, sell the computer off, and hopefully not pay too much over MSRP for this wonderful little graphics card. And did that. Sold the computer, now I have my 3080, and life is good. And I have been running Cyberpunk on it, and you've seen the difference, because you played it on PS4.
Yes, where it crashed a total of 9 times on me.
I think I'm up to 4.
This is 9 times over the course of the entirety of the game that I played. 110 hours.
Currently, I think I am at 15 hours, maybe. Let's see. 12 hours in, and I have crashed 4 times.
Every 3 hours. Awesome.
So I'm crashing more than you did.
But you have no glitches.
I have almost no glitches. Correction, I've
did
noticed.
Get a glitch?
So you definitely have had more than I have experienced.
I have had very prominent ones.
Because I started
game-breaking ones. Yes.
Yeah, I started playing it after the initial
patch.
Major bug patch, which was like 1.12 or 1.9 or something. I don't remember. But started playing after that, and the only bug that I have run into, which is more of a comical little thing, is when I'm riding around on a motorcycle, my character decides to T-pose and hover above it for like half a second.
Well, that's how you establish dominance.
Yeah, I float above my motorcycle as I'm riding it.
How far are you right now?
Very early still.
But you're after the Arasaka job?
Yes. So, minor spoilers. I mean, like I said, I'm only 12 hours into the game, and the game is long. So
111 hours, yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be more than I put into Red Dead, maybe. Well, Red Dead story.
Yeah.
Not necessarily online.
And that's not doing all of the side missions either.
No, I'm trying to do a lot of them, and I'm having a blast with them.
There is a massive amount of them. I really like the Cyber Psycho one.
I did one, and then I killed them, and then I remembered, oh, this person wanted me to not.
Well, that's why I did my guy the fist way, because apparently fists are non-lethal weapons.
All right.
So even if I beat someone what it looked like to death, technically they were incapacitated as opposed to dead.
All right.
Like, sick, bro. I'll take that.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why it's that way, but it's funny.
But yeah, I'm playing Cyberpunk pretty early into the game. I just got Johnny Silverhand stuck in my brain. That's about the most spoilery I think we'll go on it. But it's a lot of fun. I ran into the side quest where you deal with the rogue AI cars. And that one was hilarious because you talk a car out of suicide.
Yeah.
You encounter the voice actress for GLaDOS in Portal. And that entire dealing with them is just one giant Portal reference, which, as someone who
genuinely
will walk down to Valve one day and yell at them for not making Portal 3.
They don't like the number 3, man.
They can't count that high, dude.
They can't.
That's why they had Half-Life Alyx. They couldn't do 3.
Yep.
They don't know how to count that much.
Pretty sure that Valve is just going to destroy itself once they make a third game of anything. It's just
that's when the apocalypse really begins.
It's the curse. It's the curse. If they do it, then all of their assets are just done with forever.
I mean, the community stuff for Portal 2 keeps that game going, but is what it is.
It is what it is.
But yeah, that dealing with them is hilarious. The one GLaDOS voice actress dealing with all of the different characters are so well written. They're charming. Acting is a little little bit cheesy, not quite there sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, you deal with a lot of characters in mourning in different ways, different times in the game, even different side missions. And I'm like, you're just sounding a little bummed out. Your best friend has died and you're just a little bummed out. Or your son has just passed away and you're just, oh, well, that kind of sucks. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's probably not the most realistic acting.
Yeah. I get that.
But,
I will say that Keanu Reeves himself is definitely a lot of fun in that game.
Yes. He's probably the only good actor in that game.
Because he's an actual actor. I do love V's voice. It's just so good. And then you make him say like the jerk dialogue, and it feels great.
Yeah.
It feels so good.
Yeah. I also found it hilarious that the character is Vincent goes by V, which is you.
Yeah, that's the best part. I think I texted you. I'm like, bro, his name is V and his name is actually Vince. Like, like this game was made for me.
They just knew. All right, there's this one guy that we have to target just to him.
Yeah, but then
that's the only person we're marketing to.
It's true though, because I genuinely enjoyed the game. My build was super broken because it was literally just punching everything to death. I took out the final boss with just my fists.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm telling you, I'm like, this game's tailor-made for me. It's just, I'm beating everything to death with my fists.
I have, like, explored none of, like, the standard RPG, like, upgrades or anything. All I have done is, like, just go around and do side quests.
Wait, have you not leveled up your character?
I've done it some, but I'm just throwing up the upgrades wherever I want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, there's no real, like, set way to do it. I just hacked people and then punched them to death when they stopped moving.
I haven't done, like, any hacking or anything.
It's not complicated at all. It's literally just figure out this tiny puzzle. Cool, you're in their brain.
Yeah.
But
as far as gameplay goes, though, the mechanics are all right in some regards. Then there's the driving. Which I have gotten to the mindset where it's honestly my most fun that I have in the game is driving, because it's not that the driving is good and it gets you to point A to point B. For me, driving is the main mechanic because it's the focal challenge of the game. Yeah. Can I drive my character successfully to this waypoint?
I remember when I came over last time, you managed to get your car on fire.
Yeah.
Attempting to just drive normally, and it was...
I'm playing on mouse and keyboard, thinking that, you know, I could do it in GTA. It's functional in a lot of other online games, like Mad Max is functional with a mouse and keyboard, playing that. Little did I know that, if you want to get anywhere, you are using a controller.
I told you.
I mean, I can't shoot like that, but boy, am I going to be driving everywhere with the controller just right next to me, ready to go.
Yep. That's why it got to the point for me where every time I saw a fast travel point, I made sure to go up to it to register it, like every single one that I could find. So I think by the end of the game, I had like 90% of them. Yeah. Just to avoid driving, because it makes, what is it, Grand Theft Auto 4 that had the awful driving? Yeah. Look like Gran Turismo. Yeah. It's that bad.
It is not good driving, but again, as someone who's just enjoying being in the world, doing side quests, going around, seeing everything, and thinking, man, I really wish I could have gotten this graphics card sooner. Yeah. Because I'm playing it, like that I keep bragging about with my 4K TV that's OLED. But looking at it ray traced in HDR and everything, that game, I can understand why it took them this long to make. Yep. Because it looks so beautiful with the visuals. Just dialed up everything and running it. And like I was telling you, like I was playing and it started to rain in the game, and then the road starts to reflect and I'm driving through streetlights and everything, and I'm like, oh,
this feels good.
This is Blade Runner. Yeah. This is what I needed. This is my Blade Runner.
Yeah. Yeah, no, trust me, it's gonna get story's gonna get a lot more insane. It's not just the chip in your head. It's gonna be. I was like, by the end of it, I'm like, yeah, It wasn't a, I can't believe we got to this moment. It was like, considering everything else that happened up until this point, yeah, this makes sense.
This is the only way it could have gone.
Yeah, 100%. It's fantastic. Obviously, what's his name? Keanu Reeves makes the game.
Yeah.
Everyone thought it was just going to be like a cameo thing, and then you realize that he's just the other main character.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I had been telling you that I'd kept up on leaks with Funhouse.
Yeah.
Because they did on their podcast for a while talking about any updates with Cyberpunk rumors. And it was hilarious because there was radio silence for like 5 years.
Yep.
While they were like documenting what's going on with Cyberpunk. And one of the rumors was, oh, this character, they're teasing to be your best friend. Ooh, stuff happens. Things happen. And then when I figured out that Keanu Reeves was in the game, I'm like, oh, okay, I understand everything they're doing.
You can also tell that he genuinely enjoyed doing it too.
Oh yeah,
that's what I love about Keanu. Like everything that he's in, even if it's awful, he puts his all into it. He's like Nicolas Cage, but more hinged.
Yes, he's Nicolas Cage with the ability to say no to things.
Yeah. That's an accurate. Can you imagine them in a movie together?
Oh gosh,
Just against each. Oh god,
I'm gonna go back to change my degree to filmmaking just so I can make that movie happen.
Oh, that would be fantastic. I would pay all of the money to watch that movie.
Yeah, but
sorry about that.
How dare you?
I know.
How dare you?
I kicked him by accident.
Yes, with the full force of slightly adjusting your leg.
Yes, it's true.
I could have died, dude.
Yes, I
mean, if it was cyberpunk physics, I literally could have.
You would have phased through your wall. I remember. I remember when I got the gorilla arms, which basically increases like your overall like hand-to-hand strength like tenfold.
Yeah.
The first person that I fought, I uppercutted and he just disappeared. Like he didn't fly into the air. Like his body literally, the hit detection forced him into the floor and he died. Like I saw his hand stick out and I was like, sick. I break physics. Let's go. It was like the coolest thing because it was like so unexpected and I laughed really hard. But I'm like, man, this is going to be really unfortunate when I have to get like really good items off of someone and they just phase into something that I can't go through.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so 12 hours in. How are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it. I went in with not the expectations of how many years of development and teases it went in with, because I knew it wasn't going to be this incredible, magnificent, greatest thing ever in video games. I knew it was just going to be probably a pretty good game. And especially once more and more bugs get fixed, it's definitely going to hold its own a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Skyrim, that game launched and still technically contains a crap load of bugs. Same thing with a lot of heavy hitters in video games. Like, they launch crappily, which is unfortunate, but it's the state of things. So.
Yeah.
But the game, overall, as a man who has played it for those solid 12 hours, pretty good time.
It's good.
And I'm going to finish off with one more. I'm going to hog a lot of this time.
That's fine.
We'll go long on, because we're not doing a huge segment. But we'll do a long media consumed. Because I looked behind you and realized, oh yeah, I put that record up on my wall.
Oh yeah.
Because King Gizzard released a new album. A couple weeks, 2 weeks ago, I think. Week and a half, I don't know. But it is incredible. It is the second half of their other album, KG, which I did talk about last time. It continues that same trend of being a very personal album, very intimate album, lyric-wise. But the way that they take the direction of the songs is so interesting. So good. So fascinating. So wonderful. Good old microtones. And I told you my favorite track is, again, the weirdest one on there that kind of stands out, same as it was for KG.
Yeah.
For LW, it is definitely Supreme Ascendancy, which has this killer drum riff with this soft guitar or lute or whatever weird stringed instrument they're using. I can't think of the name of. It's definitely not a guitar or a lute. I don't know. But it's good. Go listen to the album. That's all I'm going to say. I don't need to go to a huge review of it. Good stuff.
I will have to.
I'll pass the metaphorical microphone that's technically literally already in front of you to you.
Okay, cool. There are so many things I can talk about.
That's why I figured we'd go long just to kind of catch up.
Yeah. I mean, for one, Hades was definitely one. Thank you for that ambush, by the way.
Yeah, because we were going to record the podcast yesterday. You forgot the mic. Or yesterday. Last week. You forgot the mic, and I said, hey, I'll just have you play Hades, see how you like it.
Also watching, what is it, Over the Garden Wall?
Yeah, I did force you to do that, too.
Both were fantastic. I have poured at least 30 hours into Hades in the span of, like, less than a week.
You've caught up to half of my time played in a week.
But the thing is, I keep getting memed on, because I've only beaten the game twice.
Oh, yeah, that's how roguelites are, dude.
I get so close every time, and then I just feel like the fight with Hades himself gets harder every time, where I'm just like, please be gentle, Dad. And he is not.
Please be kind, Papa.
And I'm just like, oh yeah, he's the ruler of the underworld. Never mind.
Yeah.
Fantastic game though. I think I've expressed it to you and probably a few times on this podcast that roguelites are definitely not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also super heavy in story and the characters are fantastic. The combat's great.
Yeah.
Especially when you get like the certain types of boons that you get and you're just like, holy crap, I've never gotten this before. This is super broken.
Yeah.
I think my favorite one so far is using what's it called? Dionysus and Zeus.
Yeah.
But then a little bit of how do you pronounce her name? Is it Demeter or Demeter?
Huh? Oh, Demeter.
Okay.
Or it's definitely not
Greek name.
Demeter, as I said in elementary school when you learned about the Greeks.
I always thought it was Demeter, but
I think it's Demeter. That's how they say it in the game.
Okay. Usually I'll have some sort of mix of her and Dionysus with all of my stuff, and they do fantastic. But having Zeus discharge lightning, but then increasing the lightning's range to like over 100%, and then jolting, and then lightning chaining. So you just throw... I use the shield pretty often, but I haven't beaten the game with the shield. I've only beaten it with the... Okay, actually no, I've beaten it 3 times. I've beaten it with the sword.
Yeah.
I've beaten it with the bow and arrow somehow. And
I still don't know how, because it took me a while to beat it with the bow, purely because I got extremely lucky with my boons and didn't even have to use my bow. I was just casting the whole time.
I don't even remember what I had. But this is when I still didn't use casts because I just didn't understand the mechanic. I started using cast a lot more. Like, I actually get it now.
Yeah.
And some of them are super broken with some of the stuff I can find. But,
yeah.
And then the one weapon whose name I can never remember. The
gun?
The gun with the grenade launcher.
Yeah.
That's the other one that I've beaten the game with. So none of the weapons I like legitimately enjoy using.
Yeah.
Just the other ones.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to beat it with the what's it called? With basically what the gauntlets.
Oh yeah, the
and
fists.
The shield. So, like
the fist, the shield, and the spear are my top 3.
The spear I got surprisingly far. Like I got to the end, and right before I killed him is when I died.
Oh, I hate that.
That's the most heartbreaking thing.
It's the worst because you just suddenly... Oh, I didn't mean to press that direction when I was dodging.
Yeah, or you mean to, like, move out of the way or attempt to reflect and you just miss.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's awesome. But, yeah, fantastic game. I love all of the characters.
It's something that ties the story into the roguelite mechanics like nothing else I've seen.
Yes. It's a story that... I mean, we've seen the whole, like, God knows how many takes on Grecian mythology and stuff like this.
I don't know.
But there's
been no successful game to do that. Not one.
God of War.
Not God of War. That's a small indie game, Vince.
Yeah. I'm very excited for the next game in that series, though. But it's one of those things that, although it's not something new, it's a good fresh take because it kind of explores the relationships between the gods and then you and your dad and his relationship with them. Mm-hmm. And then your relationship with them where it's just like, wow, these don't just feel like the way that they do in mythology where they're just all garbage.
Yeah.
They feel like people with actual personalities who also happen to be
the
garbage.
characters and the dialogue in that game
So good.
is so well written.
So good.
Asterius and Theseus, those two.
Asterius.
The bull.
Yes, I have fought him more times than I can count, like in one-on-one combat.
He's so good. He's such a great character.
I love how he likes fighting you, and then he gets mad when you call him out on it. He's like, "No, you just happen to come in here, and that just means you're challenging me now." It's like, yeah, but you come out here to meet me.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No." I'm like, yeah, that's how that works.
Theseus, man, he's something else too.
That stupid meme that I sent.
Yeah.
Now
like, you understand it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this guy's such a. I was like, can I say that? He's such a prick. Like, I hate this dude so much. I always get frustrated because that is the hardest fight for me. It's not even Hades. It's literally the Minotaur and Theseus.
Theseus and the Minotaur just grind you down before you get to Hades. And if you can last through Theseus and Asterius, you're fine.
Yeah. But that's a big if.
Yeah.
That is a fat if. There are times
Wait until you get the Pact of Punishment where you can increase the difficulty, which includes adding different phases to the bosses or different changes to them and things.
Yeah, I did see one where I fought the Furies, and then all three of them fought me at the same time.
Yeah.
And I was like, sick. I got through that without losing my health, which was nice, because I had the gauntlets that just kept stunning.
Yeah.
And then freezing, and I'm like, that's cool. I'm just going to get like 50 hits in.
Yeah.
So, good stuff.
Wait until you face Theseus and Asterius on
that
buffed up. It sucks. It really sucks.
I will say, I think my favorite boss fight is still the Hydra, because it's...
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, overarching mechanic that you have to really deal with besides the heads.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just really fun avoiding everything and then feeling like a monster after destroying, like, 50 of those heads.
Yeah.
I do not feel that way whenever I beat Theseus. Like, I feel justified in destroying him, but, like, I got bopped by him 4 times before that fight.
Yeah.
And it's just like, please be gentle. Like, I don't need this right now. And you meet, who is it, in Elysium that can give you the refilling of your...
Patroclus?
Yeah. It's the worst to get all of those and then lose, like, 2 of them in that fight.
Yeah.
Because you just get, like... You get in a really bad position.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, it's annoying. But, overall, fantastic game.
Should have won Game of the Year.
It should have. I was going to say either that or Ghost of Tsushima, because those were the 2 most deserving of that year. Mm-hmm. Both were made with a lot of love and care, unlike the game that won the Game of the Year and other awards. That clearly was not made with love and care.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, when you have a salt mine, that's where you get all of it, right?
Yep.
It's unfortunate. Okay, now I'm going to talk about my other one, which I just started yesterday, actually.
Ooh.
So, obviously, it's going to be something either video game, wrestling, or anime related.
Is this why you were up, like, till, like, 3 in the morning on Sunday?
Yes, it's because I was watching an anime.
Yeah.
Remember that time that I told you I was going to stop playing Hades and watch an anime? I didn't actually do that. I continued to play Hades. So I, like, sat down yesterday and I'm like, I could play more Hades. But then I was on Instagram and I kept seeing this one character from an anime that is very popular, but I had never seen it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that character looks like a lot of fun. And these are some fantastic reaction images that I have. This is not really up my creek, but let's go watch this anime.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to watch Kill la Kill yesterday.
See, I know this one, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, so it makes fun of Magical Girl and it's Magical Girl and then also like fan service stuff, even though it has a lot of both. It's more done for like to take the punch out of those things, if that makes sense. Which I think is why I tolerate it so much compared to like some other ones that have fan service.
Isn't Kill la Kill a few years old at this point?
It's like 6 years old, yeah.
Okay.
I think.
I'm like, that one,
but
I had seen it.
Apparently it had won quite a few awards, and after watching about 8 episodes yesterday, I see why. Mm-hmm. It is very freaking funny. Mm-hmm. What's her name? I'm not going to pronounce her last name right, but Mako in that series is my favorite character, probably of all time for anime. In just 8 episodes,
wow,
she was just like, I'm like, yeah,
this is it.
This is going to be my favorite character because she's like very dumb,
Yeah,
but she's also very like supportive of the main character, and then you kind of find out that if she really wanted to, she could clap half of that school's cheeks into oblivion because she's insanely powerful, but she's just such an airhead that it never really registers.
yeah.
She has some of the best lines, probably overall the best animation besides her fights. The 7th episode is literally just an entire JoJo's reference where so the whole premise of this show, okay, just to explain, because it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and it was actually more psychotic than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
So the whole premise of the show is there's this really famous school in this city that is ruled by one of the high school students there. But the thing is, where your place is in the school also determines your social status.
Okay.
And the way to determine that is you're given uniforms. And different types of uniforms give you different types of power-ups and everything else.
All right.
So the main bad guy is the Elite Four, is what they're called. Wow. Yeah, I know.
What an original idea.
I know. Japan. Well, I mean, Japan's just stealing from Japan, so I think it's fine.
You're fine. Yeah.
But they're 3-star. They're called 3-star Goku outfits.
So they're just pulling from every other Japanese thing at this point.
Yeah, but it was actually surprisingly fun to watch because it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, they have all of these things, and then in comes Ryoko, the main character, with her scissor blade, and she's like, all right, time to bop, because I need to find out who killed my dad, because the other person who has this scissor blade is the one who probably killed my dad.
See, I only know about the scissor blade and the anime as a whole purely because I used to watch that blacksmithing channel, Man at Arms.
Yeah. I saw them make I know it's pronounced Falchion, but I refuse to pronounce it that way. I say Falcon because I just don't like the pronunciation of Falchion.
Falchion.
The way that it's so this is the Fire Emblem weapon, and that's apparently the way that's officially
Falchion.
No.
Yes.
No. I'm not saying that that's not the correct way to say it. I'm saying in game, it's Falchion.
Okay, that's just them being stupid.
Yeah, I know. But then, there's also the way I say it, so that's also just as awful.
Yeah, so I am the one that is correct here.
Yeah. But, man, I loved his stuff. But, so, like I said, the show is very much over the top. She has to basically, I guess those clothes are infused with something called life fibers, which give you, like, superhuman abilities.
All right.
And she has to defeat them in combat. And when she does, she has to destroy those things or else they'll keep using them. So she basically has to strip them niggy. But she has her own special outfit called a Kamui that is made completely out of life fibers that can absorb the ones that she's destroyed and make her stronger. But the thing is, when it goes into combat mode, it makes her look like a stripper. And that's something that a lot of the other characters comment on. I think one of my favorites is because technically speaking, the outfit is alive, her outfit. And they're going back and forth talking. And he's like, no, I need more of your blood. It's like, you need... What does she say? She's like, you're going to keep sucking my blood while I look like a hoe? Like, it's just... The dialogue is fantastic. Literally yesterday, one of the episode that was my favorite so far, where Mako turns into a JoJo's character and absolutely bops Ryoko in hand to hand. They go toe to toe, and she like wrecks her with not even that good of an outfit. So I'm like, Mako, what are you doing? Why aren't you helping more often? But literally, in order to keep the comfortable lifestyle that her family has kind of kept at that point, because she decided to become a club president, which means she gets a 2-star outfit, which means they get to live in luxury. The school president basically tells her, like, you have to defeat Ryoko in combat. You have to destroy her Kamui, take her scissors, and kill her for it. And Mako's like, well, I have to do this for my family. we're happy like this, even though they're best friends at that point and they live with her. So they go to war, right? And then Ryoko tries to talk to her parents, but her parents are just as money hungry as Mako is, and they're just like, it was really nice knowing you. We thank you for everything that you've done. And the mom, I kid you not, I had to rewind this one part like 5 times. I sent it to Quiz, and he also confirmed it. The mom literally says, "We're going to pour out a 40 for you."
Wait.
Yeah. Like, pour one out for your homies.
Yeah.
Like the cholo thing to do. And now I understand why there are so many Mexican Ryoko memes. And I think it's because of that. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but Ryoko sometimes will just have like a random Hispanic mustache with a sombrero and a poncho just on the internet. And I think that's the reason.
All right, that would make sense. I have seen images like that memes.
I'm starting to understand, and I'm just like, oh, this makes sense. Why did they give her this line? But then I remember it's supposed to be a comedy as well as an action, and the one thing that English dubs do well is up the comedy, because we can actually understand a lot of the jokes in English, and sometimes they will go very hard with some of those jokes where I'm like, ooh, I can't believe you got away with saying that nowadays. Yeah. Which stuff like Ghost Stories or even Hensuki would never survive currently.
Yeah.
But fantastic show. Like I said, Mako's my favorite character. She's a complete moron, but she's also like very helpful to the main character. She's like the only one that can calm her down. She's like a sister to her. Which I don't know. I just genuinely enjoy her character.
Yeah.
Would I recommend it to people? It's good. It's a very good anime.
Okay.
You just have to have a tolerance for fan service and understand the meaning behind what the fan service represents in that show.
Yeah.
To enjoy it, because if not, you're just gonna feel very uncomfortable watching it.
That makes sense.
So it's a tentative recommend.
All right.
There's a caveat there,
That makes sense.
But I think the small. How far are we right now?
We're almost 37.
Sick. Well, we can do this one pretty quick. Just talk about what we're gonna.
Yeah, I mean, the main discussion was, since we had been gone for a while, we were going to kind of outline just our lives, how things have been. Just kind of play catch up, as I said earlier in the show.
Yes.
So we are going to be just living life. I mean, the show's going to keep chugging along. Hopefully it'll be weekly and I won't get distracted and other things in life. And, all of the nonsense of the past 3 months kind of subsides a little bit, at least.
Well, okay, what's one big thing that you feel like you want to do this year, Richard?
I mean, there's that analysis of the King Giz album that I'm going to try and again put out there. I said I'd have that ready months ago, and then
life happens.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, I'm going to keep producing the actual podcast, because that's something I want to keep going. We'll see when I get around to that. I have it. I have the script somewhat outlined, and then I'm going to record it, and then we'll see how much visual production I can put into something, considering my visual production for the podcast is to take the same template and then throw a meme on it.
I mean, it's worked for us.
Yeah.
Well.
Graphic design is my passion.
I mean, it's as skilled as I was in graphic design for high school. So.
Have you seen those graphic design is my passion memes?
No, I haven't.
Oh, they're so good.
You'll have to put one up for just this specific episode.
That'll be it. Graphic design is my passion.
Okay. That's good, though. I would definitely love to hear your analysis, because I know that it's King Giz is your favorite band.
Yeah. And
I would love to hear just your understanding and take on those things, because I know that would help me understand it more. That's awful. I did not like that. Thank you for that. Oh, gosh, that's even worse.
They're
Isn't it Comic Sans? Or no?
Yeah, it was Comic Sans. In italics, too.
Ugh. Okay, just quickly then.
Oh, you can buy a keychain.
Of course you can. Oh, God. That looks like something my mom would make if she knew how to use a computer. Sorry, Mom.
It's only $6.
I know you'll never listen to this, but sorry, anyways. Okay. Is that like the big thing that you want to do this year, or are there other things?
I mean, as far as production things go and getting stuff out on this channel,
That's a big one.
That's the big one. I might start recording gameplay because I don't know, we might just end up doing it all on your channel and stuff, putting stuff out there, because I know we're going to hopefully do stuff, which I guess I'll call that a second goal.
Yeah.
Is to record more stuff with you and get stuff out.
Yeah.
Teased stuff for Splatoon, building up to Splatoon 3.
Yeah, we can get that started soon, too.
Forcing you to play Kid Icarus, but I don't know if we could record that, because neither of us have capture cards for 3DS.
No, but I'm pretty sure the Dolphin can handle that. I was just to look into it.
You can try. We'll see. I don't know.
Oh, no, but I would still need... Oh, God, I just realized I still need touchscreen.
Yeah. That game would be interesting to see if you can get that to run an emulator.
Yeah. I'm going to be like Senza, but at that point it's going to be worse. Let me see. For me, obviously, I think I told you the whole thing is the webcomic. Aki is still working on the sketches for the second chapter.
Yeah.
She should have everything done by this week, and then everything colored by next week.
Nice.
And then, so I'm pretty excited about that. I have like the first 160 chapters outlined, the first like 30 chapters completely written out.
So many chapters.
It's a lot of work, but I'm genuinely enjoying it.
That's good.
You know, and then just like you're doing an analysis, I actually want to do an analysis too on...
You said for AOT.
Yeah, it's specifically it's the concept of revenge as a story element.
Mm-hmm.
And how, when done right, it's one of the best uses of that story element. But when done wrong, it just kind of ruins the whole story. Mm-hmm. I mean, there is a game that comes in mind that I will talk about that is very recent. That does not do it well. But the thing is, the thing is, more often than not, the story beats are very similar.
Yeah.
Just in the way it presents both AOT and The Last of Us 2, there are a lot of things that are similar about it. It's just the execution of those things that is the massive difference.
Yeah.
Because one of them is, we're going to start off here, and we're going to show you A Tale of Revenge, but we're also going to show you A Tale of the World's Revenge and how both of those things mesh up together. Whereas the other one is, violence is bad.
Yeah, dude. Deep, complex, rich, subtle.
Very brave. Yeah. I obviously have a lot of things to pick with that game, but I want to stay away from the things that don't make up the story elements overall.
Yeah.
So that's going to be like my big project, because that's going to be the first time I'm going to make something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then depending on how I like it or how good it is, I might just do more of that.
Nice.
And then play new games that come out. I'm not getting a PS5 this year because it's just not going to be physically possible.
Based on how much effort it took for me to get a graphics card.
Probably not.
And graphics cards are a bit more niche than consoles. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm a bit sad because I really wanted to play Rift Apart. But I'm going to have to wait until next year to play the next Ratchet & Clank game.
Just have someone emulate it for you, dude.
I'll have Brian buy me the game. Quiz buy me the game, and then just keep it for me that whole time.
Yeah. He'll hold on to it.
Yeah.
Keep it warm for you.
But I'm definitely buying Deathloop on my PC, because I'm pretty sure that'll run better.
Yeah.
Anyways. Very excited for that game.
If not, it'll run about the same as your... on PC as it does... on your PC as it does for... PS5.
So yeah, I mean, not that much of a bad deal anyways, but yeah, I think it was a good catch-up episode. I mean, most of it was just media consumed, but still good.
We had a lot of media that was consumed.
It's true. We only talked about, I think, 4 in total.
Yeah,
but it was a lot that we needed to say about it. So
yeah, these are important milestones for human history. Great achievements of mankind.
Yes, we have Hades, which is actually a very good achievement of mankind. The King Giz album.
Yeah.
Another fantastic one.
Shows that humanity isn't sick of King Giz, which is good.
Yeah. I think the day it happens is the day the apocalypse happens, right?
I don't know. They sing about the apocalypse a lot, so perhaps it might be that way.
It's kind of great. Oh yeah, Daft Punk broke up. Big sad.
Oh, we could have talked about that.
We can talk about it next week.
We'll pour one out for them.
Yeah, we'll pour one out for our homies. We'll pull a 40 out for them.
For Daft Punk.
Yeah. Oh man, I didn't talk about Fred Durst. Oh well. Gosh. All right, goodbye everybody.
That's the end. That's the